game time recordings. It has been a couple of days now since our episode 10. The game has continued to run. There's been a few things that I've done off screen, but not much. Advanced the ball a little bit. The entire world is still at war with us. All of my neighbors have declared war. It's pretty funny. Um, let's go ahead and share the tab and jump into it. Uh, get on with it, and let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, less of me, more game, and let's see. Okay, so we've got Lordsburg. Looks like that's down in South Texas. It looks. Okay, so let's see what all we've got going on. Um, I had a unit going over here to Clovis, and it looks like it got cured. Okay, so let's take a big look at the big picture real quick. We are at war. Holy crap! Mexico, Nuevo Leon, Jalisco, Chihuahua, Arizona, Colorado, of course, the central states. Saskatchewan has gotten a little bit cheeky and taken North Dakota, the parts of North Dakota that I had not taken. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, Louisiana, Florida, Cuba. That's just about everybody. And also the rogue state is at war with us too. All hell has broken loose. We are still allied over here with California, and California is pushing against the non-player states, has not started pushing up against BC yet. As far as the wars go, I have fairly well contained and controlled Louisiana. I've got all their cities except for Jackson. I have broken the back of their military. The artillery is working just fantastically divine. We're going to go ahead and split this unit out, and I'm going to merge him up with this stack over here. So we're going to bring him, we're going to bring him right there, and we're going to bring this stack. Looky there, I've got tanks. We're going to split this, leave one infantry behind, and move everybody else right up through Louisiana's territory. We're just gonna wipe them out, and it's going to be done. And that will take one war off the ledger. We'll merge all these guys up. I'll have two recon vehicles there, and then we'll go ahead and swallow up the rest. I may go ahead and declare war on Mississippi and just wrap up those last three territories too. Florida is over here at war with me, but Florida is also getting pressed from the north by Georgia, which is what's going on here? New York has gone in and poked. Interesting. New York has gone in and taken a poke at Georgia there. Skipped over South Carolina. Skipped over. Interesting. So New York is up here. They've taken all of Virginia, West Virginia, pressing up against Pennsylvania. But it looks like maybe no, wait, that's not New York. That's Virginia, West Virginia is merged there. New York. You know what? This would be a whole lot easier if I had the political map visible. All right, so we've got New York. They're pressing down against Pennsylvania. Virginia's pressing up against Pennsylvania. Very interesting. Very interesting. Michigan has gone down into Kentucky and around Illinois. So interesting. Okay, so I'm not certain. I'm fairly certain. I am 100% certain. I do not want to start much of a war east of the Mississippi right now. Right now, what I need to do, what I'm really, really working on focusing on, is wrapping up these guys. California tells me they're going to start moving south, and I am going to continue pressing north. So I'm going to leave these eastern states to their own devices. As long as Mississippi stays over here, I mean, if he goes into Illinois, that's fine. As long as he stays on the east side of the Mississippi, I can stay on the west side of Mississippi, and we can have a gentleman's understanding without having to voice it out loud. Down here, I've got a tank. What do I have? I have a tank and a recon vessel or vehicle, and infantry. I took Reynosa from that dude because he came and just got obnoxious with my southern counties here. Um, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to hold Reynosa. I don't want to give it back to him just yet. Uh, and then I will, once I get my provinces back, I'll hold Reynosa for a few more days. I've got more units that are going to come down. These guys have been cleaned out. He has no infantry on my territory. That recon vehicle that came up here and apparently got killed in this province in Clovis. Let's see what happened in Clovis. I know he's got a strike force. 4th Recon, lost our 4th Recon, defeated by 16th Infantry Battalion. Okay, so he got taken down by an infantry battalion here. I had helicopters too, but the helicopters must have been taken out. Colorado was flying some jets. So my hunch is that Colorado flew some jets and took them out. I've taken a little bit of territory out of Colorado too, as you can see. Next things that we're going to have to deal with. This infantry is full power. This guy is acting like a chump, getting up a little closer to me than I want him to be. This is just a recon battalion. I'm not terribly worried about that. I need more units. Time to build attacks. Okay, let's see what's in the build queue. I've got my rotary wing officer, but I'm going to need some more helicopters coming out once I get my rotary wing officer. I've got 2 tanks coming. They're not full. They're not main battle tanks. They're light armor tanks, armored fighting vehicles. 2 infantry coming and 2 tanks coming. That'll be good. Then I need to build out I've got 3 more infantry. Good. I need to build out my airfields. Need more air bases so that I can have more helicopters. Now, helicopters without anti-air defenses are a challenge because he can come in with air superiority vehicles and just run the damn table, which is a problem. That's a major problem because then these are the Cobras are anti-tank, the Kiowas are anti-infantry. But he comes in with air superiority vehicles and we get shellacked. So that's going to potentially become a very big problem. Look at what I can buy off the open market. I will need more electronics. Do I need more fuel? How are we doing on fuel? Electronics, we got plenty of fuel. We need supplies, but supplies are not available in the open market right now. No supplies. Golly, plenty of components. Gonna buy some more electronics. That's what we're short on right now for the helicopter production. And then I'll put my research to work on anti-aircraft. I have my tanker ace, which will be my next main stack. The multiple rocket launchers do anti-air? I don't think so. Does not. So we'll go with our mobile anti-air vehicles. And I need more supply. Dang darn it. All right. This is why this game can be so dadgum frustrating. Every time you take a step forward, you end up having to wait. And now I've got to wait on more supplies to come through. But that's fine. You build the machine and you let the machine run. Alexandria is almost safe to leave to its own devices. And then I can go up here and take Arkansas and regain my position here on to the west. And that's the other thing. I can be patient in this game because they can take all these provinces for all I care. Amarillo, El Paso, Odessa, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Houston. That is where I can make units, and that's where I make the most of my money. Once they start taking cities away from me, then I start getting anxious and a little bit frustrated. But as long as I've got my homeland cities, and as long as I've got my annex cities, I'm in good shape. And I've taken back all of the territory west of El Paso or west of the Rio Grande from New Mexico. Colorado came down, acting a little bit cheeky, taking a little bit of my territory from me. But I got this. See, that's another like I was saying a couple episodes ago, when you have the artillery with your infantry, that is more than just a force multiplier. That stops your artillery, or your artillery stops your infantry from taking on any direct confrontation with any other units. They sit there and bombard them from a distance, and then once they're gone, you just go in and take the region, and you're done. Same way when you're taking cities and other things. So California is moving through. We're going to share a border right here, which will be awesome. Um, and hopefully he'll move south, and then I don't have to worry about these bozos anymore. Um, then once he starts moving south, I can move north, and then he won't have to worry about these folks up here. He'll be, they'll be taking on me. I'm not worrying with him. He'll be taking on them, and I won't have to worry about them. And then, that moves everything in the right direction. I have to make sure my machine is running properly. That we're able to push out units, which means I also have to get over here and get my supply production uh, cranked up a little bit. So I'm going to be focusing in the next few days. I'll be focusing on arms industries and and airports, so that I can. Uh, I've got one airport coming out. What did I put into the build queue? I've got two airports coming out. These will be good for the Kiowas. The other two will be good for the uh, what did I call it? What are those other ones called? uh, they're good for the Kiowas. These will be good for the other attack helicopter, the Cobra. Jesus. They'll be good for the Cobras, and then we will have our nice anti-ground force. It won't be air superiority. I'm going to have to do something about the air superiority. But once once we start pushing on these guys and pressing them back, it's usually relatively easy to take out their air force. I will have anti-aircraft artillery uh, researched as soon as we can. That'll be the next thing to research. Um, yeah, it's gonna either that or just uh, the air fighter. Hmm. Which way should I go? I think I should probably go with the anti-air, because I really only need like two of them, two or three of them. A couple of them out with the main stack that's out in the front on the front line, and then that'll take out pretty much any aircraft that come our way. But there you go. Anything else I do today, at this point, it's just going to be kind of looking over and thinking about stuff to do. Everything is moving the way it should. I'm going to be wrapping up this offensive position over here, getting everything situated in Louisiana's outer districts to take Jackson. And then once we take Jackson and wrap up the rest of his territory, I'll go ahead and wrap up these outlying provinces, and then move this big stack on to the next challenge, which will likely be rolling up these units, or rolling up these regions here. I haven't decided yet if I want to cross over and take out Illinois over there, although that is some good, juicy territory. Uh, Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just go counterclockwise through here, take Illinois, then move into Iowa, and then finish rolling up the central states and move my way on to Colorado. And then meanwhile, we'll just let the machine continue to work. As new units come here in central Texas and West Texas, uh, I can start moving them east or west into Colorado, and then rolling up into the Central Plains, so all my units can meet here in the middle, and then we'll figure out what to do next. Um, but some of that decision making will be made when we find out what the next moves on the rest of the map are. Because if these guys continue to try and push north, if Chihuahua tries to go through El Paso, if California can't keep them occupied, we'll just have to see how it shakes out. Because who knows? Maybe Michigan decides to declare war on me too. Maybe New York decides they want to land some units in Houston. Maybe Ontario decides they don't like it up in Canada anymore. They want to be down here in the Central Plains of Texas. Who knows? But we'll find out, because I'll be back tomorrow, 24 hours from now, or around 20 hours from now, about 8 o'clock in the morning. Talk to you guys and gals and everyone else. Later. Cheers and good night.